Well, hello there, friends. Welcome back. If you are somebody that has been subscribed to my channel for, I don't know, about a month or so. My name is erinbies. I am a wife. I'm a mom of two. I am an ex-MLM leader who healed my way out of MLM, and I'm now sharing experiences, telling my truth, and hoping to educate some people and prevent them from joining an MLM. So I would love to have you become a part of our family here. So feel free to subscribe, turn the little bell on, turn the bell on, subscribe so you don't miss a thing. I've got some really exciting things coming. And I feel like it's important that I let you guys know that anything I discuss on my channel is of my opinion. It is based on my experience and it's a part of my story. There you have it. So if you're down with that, right on. Let's roll into... This is a video that I know a lot of you have been waiting for, and I have a lot to say. I have a whole lot to say, okay? Let's take a deep breath and just know that this is going to be multiple videos. Okay, so this is part one, as you can see in the title. Welcome, hello, hi. I hope you had a great day, and we are going to start with my story about joining Modere. A lot of you have heard of some of the other videos where I've talked about joining other companies, and so that's where we're going to start. Yeah. So I actually joined as a customer. So if you saw my last video, my video prior on Lovewinks, this was actually a company that I was a part of as a customer first, because at that time I was really trying to get healthy again after having babies. I was really wanting to focus on my health and wellness and this new body that I had after having babies, and just this new kind of like rediscovering myself, if you will. And that was how I discovered Modere. And I actually reconnected with Jessie Lee Ward on a Facebook Live. We go way back from the Slumber Parties days, which was my very first MLM that I joined in 2007. And I came across her talking about these products on a Facebook Live. So instantly I was like, hey, what's going on? We knew each other from the previous company, and I was, sent her a message and this and that. And that was kind of how we reconnected. I started as a customer, but I was really wanting to kind of get out of doing parties. Make sure that you check out my Lovewinks video, because I spill all the tea on what it actually costs, time, money, and effort to actually do parties. I will link that right here so that you can check that out later. But I was really wanting to get out of parties. I was really wanting to be home more and not be running to and from different parties and stuff like that, and really was wanting to embrace social media and running a business through social media, which this was kind of I don't want to say, like, this was the time. 2016 was when like Facebook Lives and all of these things were really kind of beginning. And that was when they were becoming really, really powerful as a way to work with the algorithm and get the information out that you were wanting to share. So I don't remember exactly when I upgraded to what they call a social marketer. It's just a fancy name for distributor within the company. And I can't remember. I know it was probably later on that year, because in January of the following year was when I actually resigned from Lovewinks and was just working Modere. My biggest check to date with Modere was around $2,000 a month. I do think that it's also important that there was a leg that was given to me by Jessie Lee. And I think it was like a 10,000 volume or 10,000 point leg. It may have even been more than that. I think that there's a lot of people that, how do I want to word this, that say that they are doing this on their own. But their volume doesn't necessarily show that, and the history doesn't show that, because I do know firsthand from my experience that people around Jessie Lee do get built. I was one of them. She actually gave me this leg in Modere, and it increased my income. Let's just call it what it is. So she does that for people that are super loyal to her. I think that's important. By the way, there's another video coming. I'll just say that. Okay. That being said, let's talk about the history of Modere. I actually was really fascinated with this because, and by the way, if you have any questions, drop them below. The history of Modere is so fascinating to me because I was able to link it all the way back to Herbalife. What? All the way back to Herbalife. So let's go there. Modere was actually a company called Images and Attitudes that was created in 1987 by Thomas and Leslie Mower. They created from that they had a company, my bad, called New Bright, which makes commercial cleaning products that uses really harsh chemicals. They sell it to airports. They sell it to garages. They had this business for about 12 years. And then one day, allegedly, Thomas Mower was like, hey, babe, why are you using all of these? Like, why do you have to have all of these different types of skincare products? And then they started to look at the ingredients, and he noticed that some of the ingredients in her skincare products were some of the ingredients in some of these harsh cleaning compounds, if you will, that OSHA was like, hey, don't get this on your skin. So he wanted to create this kind of clean living company, natural products, that kind of thing. I will say that they chose according to my research, they chose a multi-level marketing model that was used by Amway. Like, I'm going to go off on a tangent just really quickly, because if you look at most companies, they are going to go back to the Amway model. Amway was fined by the FTC many, many, many years ago. And because they were able to continue and they weren't shut down, now what a lot of these MLM companies use as a defense mechanism is, we use the same model that Amway uses. And that's how things, along with political lobbying and things that maybe I'll talk about on another video, that's how MLMs have been able to stay kind of here. That's why they keep happening. That's why they keep staying around, is because they are backed politically by both parties, Republicans and Democrat. Again, this is just my opinion. But if you'd like to learn more about this, I highly suggest that you read the book Ponzonomics. Anyways, the reason that they went with an MLM marketing model was because traditional advertising was expensive, and they thought and felt that they didn't do a good job of educating people on the products. They wanted somebody to come in and be the peddler of the products, if you will, right? So they wanted people to come in and they wanted to use their time, energy, and effort to push these products while they collect the checks. That's just my personal opinion. Anyways, Neways was incorporated in 1992. They expanded this thing internationally because they thought it was only natural. Natural to take your MLM international. No, that's all about money, and it's all about numbers. Okay, moving on. In 1993, the FDA forced them to recall one of their weight loss products because it may have contained an unhealthy amount of a dangerous diuretic that was only supposed to be prescribed and closely monitored by a doctor. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but maybe I'll just put it right here so that you can check it out. They were also accused of scaring consumers away from commonly used products, so that they would say, use ours. Ours are safer. They could cause X, Y, and Z. So make sure that you use ours because ours are safer. They were using claims that came from a study that an ophthalmologist did. I'll put his name here too. He was actually interviewed after the fact and said that this company, Neways, took his study completely out of context and basically used what they wanted to use, but he was like, that's not actually what happened. And by the way, everything that I am sharing with you, I have all of the sources listed in the video description, so you can check it out if you want to kind of deep dive into some of this stuff. It's all going to be linked in the video description so that you can check it out too. I mean, because we are limited on time, but I feel like the history of this is really important to share. Really important. So anyways, they used this doctor's studies, but only shared like a part of it. And then he revealed the rest of it and was like, hey, this actually was not what I found. They're taking this way out of context. I didn't really find anything substantial that proved that, anyways, kind of crazy, but isn't that what MLMs do? They take like a little tiny piece of something and then they kind of run with it. Like, see, oh my God, you should use our products because here, like, oh, and they create this fear and they create this panic. Like, oh my God, if I use this cleaner on my plant right here or whatever, my desk, it's a fake plant, by the way. If I use this cleaner on my plant, that could cause cancer or whatever. And it's like, oh God, it's so annoying. They just take this little tiny thing and they make this huge story just to sell their products. I think it's gross. Let me know what you think in the comments. They did apologize, but they continued to use this in all of their their company, I'm going to say propaganda, but marketing materials, that kind of thing, until he threatened legal action. And it was all just a ploy to gain customers out of that fear, out of that chaos, which, have y'all ever noticed that MLMs create fear and chaos? And a lot of times it's just because they don't want you to stop and pause and really look at what you are doing and why you feel the way that you do. Have you noticed that? Crazy. Let's talk about lawsuits. So I'm going to start with Neways lawsuits, and then we're going to get into Golden Gate Capital. This will make sense here in just a second. So Neways is the company that the mowers created, Thomas and Leslie Mower, where they were trying to create more natural products. So in 1999, they had a product called Biogevity. It sold about 100,000 bottles of the product. They made tons of medical claims, and it was actually found to contain human growth hormone, which is something that you have to have a prescription for. And by taking it, you could develop heart disease, nervous disorders, and enlarging of your facial features because you're literally causing your body to grow. People didn't know that there was human growth hormone in this product. So they settled in 2003. They paid a $500,000 fine. They gave up $1.25 million in profits from the sale of Biogevity. In 2001, here it is. Thomas and Leslie Mower were charged with 1 count of conspiracy and 6 counts of tax evasion for not reporting $3 million in commission from 92 to 97 and using the money to buy land. What does this mean? So they were making commission. This was from international sales, according to the reading that I did. They bought like 14,000 acres. Well, if they're buying land, they're probably going to build something on it that has to do with the business. So they're writing it off. So they're hiding money, but then writing off part of the money. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, talk about double dipping. They said that they weren't guilty. Which is absolutely wild to me. And in 2003, they indicted their former attorney with conspiracy and obstructing an IRS investigation. So not only were they allegedly, actually, no, they did it because they were convicted. Not only were they doing that, but their attorney was in on it as well. He was also charged with obstructing an IRS investigation. That's crazy. So in 2002, Neways hired a new CEO, Michael Cunningham, who briefed the company. So they had this new building that opened up probably on the 14,000 acres that the former owners, I don't know, that's just speculation. I'm just saying that to be funny. Anyways, but they opened this new building, and at the grand opening of this new building, the new CEO, Michael Cunningham, briefed the entire company and was like, hey, these lawsuits are a personal issue with the mowers. They have nothing to do with our company, although I do wish them the best. And then they had their grand opening and it was okay, whatever. The Mower family, however, was still a part of their company and actively promoted it and were a part of the promotion of this company worldwide. However, in March 2005, they were convicted of tax evasion and conspiracy. Thomas was sentenced to 2 years, 9 months in federal prison, and he was fined more than $75,000. I mean, if they were hiding like 3 million, what's 75K, right? Leslie was actually sentenced to 2 years, 3 months in federal prison, $60,000 fine. And after their time, they had to serve 36 months of supervised release. I think that's just a fancy word for probation. So then in 2006, a company called Golden Gate Capital acquired Neways. And the Mowers did this. They sold it to this company before they went to prison. Here's what's interesting about this company. They used to own Herbalife. Have y'all seen the documentary on Herbalife? If not, I highly suggest. I think it's on Prime. I don't remember the name of it, but I will make sure that I put that in the video description so you can check that out. It is a phenomenal documentary that exposes exactly how Herbalife targets the Hispanic community, and it is vile. Anyways, they were structured in late 2011, early 2012, and then they finally sold in 2013 to Z Capital Partners, who is the financial backer of Modere. In 2015, Z Capital relaunched Modere as Modere. So that was 2015. Let's talk about lawsuits, okay? Because y'all know that these MLMs love their lawsuits, in my opinion. So these are just a handful. I'm just giving you guys a little taste. Feel free to Google Modere lawsuits and you can probably find a ton more than what I found. These are just kind of the most interesting ones. So in 2017, Neways sued Modere for breaking the non-compete, which is what I call and have called poaching, meaning, hey, these leaders are leaving this company, they're going to another company, and then they have all these secret little conversations behind the scenes, and they bring in all of these leaders and all the people in their downline into the new company. We see it happening over and over again. We're going to call that poaching from here on out, although I don't really think that you can poach people, but they have these conversations, they make these deals, and then they have these people that leave one company and go into another. So that is breaking a lot of these non-compete contracts. You can't join another company after leaving this company for a certain amount of time, especially if they have competing products. That's essentially how this works. So that was in 2017. Also in 2017 was a lawsuit. Advocare sued them for interference with contract, breaking the non-compete, trade secret misappropriation, and civil conspiracy. I will say Jessie Lee Ward is listed in this lawsuit. You can Google that and check out the information on that. I found that really interesting, and I actually do remember that. I do remember that. Then in 2020, Isagenix sued Modere for breaking the non-compete, also the poaching, right? So this is what happens. In my opinion, why does this happen? Why are just these 3 examples? Because I'm not going to go through all of the lawsuits that Modere has dealt with, except for one that I was listed on. That will be in the next video, so stay tuned. Anyways, in my opinion, why does this happen? Well, friends, because Modere and certain leaders within Modere, and I know this firsthand because I have seen it, they do what's called a bridge contract. So bridge contracts are when you basically make a deal with the new company that you're joining and say, hey, I need this level of income. And the company goes, okay, we'll give that to you for your first year, but you have to, hit this rank by this date. And then you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to do that. And then you start the recruiting process. You have this contract, you're locked. Even though you're starting over in a new company, you have this set income. And I know firsthand that this happens in Modere. And I know the people that do it. I'm not going to mention them because I need to do a little bit more research. Maybe that's for another time. But there are certain leaders specifically, in my opinion, in Modere that use these bridge contracts. And the reason that they do that is the way that they do that is they go to these industry generic events. Sometimes they teach on the stages. And the whole reason that they do it is to recruit other leaders from other companies. And I don't know, maybe I need to do a video on income generic events. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. However, I do know in Modere that these bridge contracts definitely do happen. And I think that that is why there are some of these kind of repetitive type lawsuits, because there are bridge contracts. And typically what will happen is when somebody comes over to the new company, that new company is going to protect their new person because they are like, oh my God, they're a top leader. They're going to make us so much money. So they cover their legal fees. That's how that works. Okay. If you have questions about that, drop them in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think of that. I think it's grimy. I think that it is the exact example or one of them that is wrong with MLM. I think that this has nothing to do with any of the people that choose to come along. It has everything to do with that one person moving forward. And if you are in Modere and you are watching this and you do a bridge contract, we see you, we know you're doing it, and it's grimy. So stop. Okay. So now let's talk about the Modere products, right? So they have clean living products, skincare, vitamins, collagen containing products. Although, guys, I'm totally fine with my Vital Protein collagen that I mix in my coffee for $40. I don't know about you. I'm just not okay with supporting that model and paying for people's commission and sponsoring bonuses from buying something that is overly priced, like way overly priced. That's just my yeah. They have a lot of products for the home, laundry soap, cleaning solutions, all of those kinds of things. They have a lean body system, and it ranges in price anywhere from $159 to $219 a month. Here's what I think about that. One, their product trim is foul, in my opinion. It is like goop on a spoon. You've probably seen it on social media. They don't show the bottle. So like here's my energy drink, right? Okay, but you don't know the company. Maybe you do if you drink energy drinks, but like, here's this, and then they don't show you, and then they have a spoon and they're taking the product on a spoon. You guys, I'm not a fan. I will just say that. Okay. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Okay. Remember, I used to be in this company. So no, thank you. I will pass on the goop on the spoon. Thank you. So they just have a lot of clean living products. I have an opinion about this. I think that there's a lot of companies that are trying to expand their product line. For example, I think I talked about this on my Love Wings video, but like they introduced essential oils and like different skincare and I think, in my opinion, that the reason that they're doing that is because they're trying to expand their customer base. So if you're not in it for weight loss, well, you probably clean your house. So here's some cleaning products. Here's some things that you can replace. And oh, by the way, the stuff that you use is not safe. So use ours. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that that's why some of these companies have such a huge catalog of products, is because they're trying to find something that sticks. Whether it's laundry detergent or cleaning solutions or soap or skincare or whatever, they're just, they're hiding, in my opinion, behind this like clean living product type thing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But anyways, their weight loss system ranges in price from $159 to $219 a month. I think that is absolutely redonkulous. And yes, I did just say redonkulous. I did say that. Okay. Let's talk about the comp plan, because you guys, there are two kind of sides of the Modere comp plan. And in my opinion, they make it really complicated. And this goes for any comp plan. I think any MLM, any comp plan, they make it super complicated so that you don't ask questions. Because most people that join a company, when they start looking at a comp plan, they're going to say, I don't understand what this is saying, but they don't want to feel like a total dummy. So they're not going to say anything. They're not going to ask their new leader. Or if they do, their leader's going to go, oh, don't worry about it. Just do the fast start. That's literally, like, I remember that happened in Prove It. Oh, don't worry about it. Just go MVP. They just don't worry about it. Just work both sides of the comp plan in Modere. That's how you make the most money. You just do both. Well, one requirement is you have to recruit. There you go. So there's two sides of the comp plan. One they call a social seller, which is somebody that is just, they sell products. They sell the laundry soap, the lean body system or whatever, the vitamins, the skincare. They are a product pusher, if you will. And then there's the other side, which is a social marketer builder. Why can't they just call it a distributor, right? Like you're a distributor that sells and recruits. Period. They have to add all these fancy words that make it sound so fancy because you're a social seller. You're still in an MLM scam. So let's call a spade a spade. So the selling side, you start out at a 10% commission and you can move up to 36% depending on how much you sell in a month. The builder side is where that's the recruiting piece. You get paid off of the effort of your downline. The bigger your team, the more profit you get. It's not any different than any other MLM company. There are multiple bonuses. I do want to tell you guys this. There's multiple bonuses. And when you look at the different bonuses, the majority of them are based off of some kind of a recruiting activity, whether it's the first order your recruit placed or there's all these different types of bonuses. The majority of them are based off of recruiting or team building. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, now we're going to talk about my favorite thing. I could not wait to talk to you about their income disclosure statement. And you guys, this makes me sweat. Like, this makes me so mad, the amount of shadiness that these companies take. And let me just say, I wish that there was a way to standardize this. I wish the FTC said, these are the pieces that have to be required. This is where the numbers have to come from. This is what needs to be shown clearly in black and white. Because what these companies do is they take their income disclosure, they use their own special math, and they only reveal bits and pieces. And they do it in a really confusing way so that you don't ask a lot of questions. You end up joining and you're like, oh, but my leader said that I could be a millionaire in 3 to 5 years. No, the FTC says that over 99% of people that join an MLM end up failing. And it only rewards the top 1%. And in order for the 1% to win, the 99% have to fail. So if you look at any of these income disclosures for any company, you're going to see how that all plays out. If you can decipher this weird math and these weird ways that they're describing it. So I'm going to do my best to explain it in a way that you can understand kind of the main points. I will say their income disclosure is only, and I'm going to be looking at my phone a little bit, their income disclosure is only includes income made in the United States. And this is their income disclosure from 2020. It is included in the link in the video description so that you can check it out. If you're a visual person, you might want to like screenshot it, go to it, and then you can check it out as I'm talking about it too. I know everybody learns kind of different. So here's what I think is kind of weird. And I'm going to read this to you straight from the income disclosure. It says, all income is earned on the sale of Modere products. No benefits or bonuses are paid or received solely through recruiting or enrolling other social marketers. And no earnings are guaranteed from mere participation in the compensation plan. Okay, they're saying just because you join Modere doesn't mean that you're going to make money. Okay, all right. However, if these numbers don't include recruiting or enrolling other social marketers, where are they accounting for that in the income that they're making? And if they're not including that in their income disclosure statement, why are they not including that? That to me sounds shady, because the definition of a pyramid scheme is when, like, you can have products. Modere has products, but when you are making the majority of the money off of the recruiting of the new distributors, that is a pyramid scheme. But if they're not going to include that in their income disclosure statement, that looks a little, that as my son would say, that looks a little sus. What do y'all think? I don't know. I think that looks a little bit sus. So I'm going to go through the first 4 levels. We'll talk about the fifth, or the top level, if you will, but you can check out all of the numbers But first, I have to tell you that this is based off an active social marketer's, let me get the exact wording. It is based off of active social marketer. So what is an active social marketer? It is any new social marketer that joins through a product order that earned commission, anybody that referred new customers, anybody that earned a commission at all in 2020, that is an active social marketer, according to Modere. Because again, this comes straight from their 2020 income disclosure statement. I'm looking at it right now. And again, you can look at it in the links in the video description under my sources. Okay. Now, the first level, it has this chart and it says commission earned ranges, monthly average commissions, percent of active social marketers, percent of total commission earners. All right. And bear with me. In this paragraph, under commissions, it says at the bottom of the third paragraph, it says, and I quote, on a monthly basis, an average of 33.2% of all active social marketers earned commissions. Okay, that being said, only 33.2% of people in Modere, according to their own income disclosure statement, made any kind of commissions in 2020. 33.2. So as we go through this chart, I'm going to explain some of this math, and you're going to be like, oh my God, why did they do it that way? Well, they did it that way because they wanted to be a little bit deceptive, in my opinion. So when you look at the chart, it says commission earned ranges 1 penny to $200. The monthly average commission, so everybody that made money that earned commission in that range, the average was $54.34. Guys, that's not even enough to cover their monthly order. So you're losing money. And if you're in an MLM and you're watching this, look at, get a profit and loss statement for your quote unquote business. Look at what you are spending and look at what you are earning. I guarantee you there are so many people losing money that have not even looked at it. Look at it, please. I'm begging you, okay? I'm literally begging you. The percent of active social marketers in this 1 penny to $200 range is 21%. So this isn't 21% of all of these social marketers in Modere. This is 21% of that 32% of active social marketers. So the percentage of people that earned this level of income within that 33.2% of people in Modere that made money in 2020 was 63.26%. So 63.26% of people within that 33.2% range or percentage, that made money and earned any kind of commission in 2020 made on average $54.34. 63%. So we're already going from 100% to 33.2. Right? But then you take that 33.2 and 63%, just a little bit over, made on average $54.34. And who gets paid off of this? The people at the top. They get a chunk of that. And a lot of times, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, in a lot of comp plans, you get paid more the deeper your organization goes. So as the recruiting happens and the team is building and whether they're buying like a starter kit or whatever, that person at the top gets paid more deeper into the organization. Let me know what you think about that. All right, that's the first level. Second level is $201 to $500. It is the monthly average income is $352.07. So that probably covers the majority of their monthly order, I would say, on average. 5.9% of active social marketers in this category. 5.98% of the 33.2% that made money in 2020 with Modere, according to their income disclosure statement. And within that percentage of people that made commission, it is 18.03%. So is this math blowing you away? Like the level of deception is absolutely insane. So then you have 501 to 2000. The monthly average commission is $1,111.35. 3.73% of the 33.2% make this level of income. 3%. Absolutely crazy. Then you have the 2000, 2000 to 5000. The monthly average is 33.5526, but it's only 1.71% of the 33.2% that made money last year. Do you guys see how this is like, make it make sense? But here's what's crazy. The very top level, the very, very top level of this income disclosure statement is 0.24% earned $50K or more with an average monthly commission of $98,124.69. 0.24 of 33.2%. Tell me what kind of odds you're going to have to actually make a livable wage in Modere when their income disclosure statement shows this. 0.24%, which is typical for MLMs. They're the top 1%, the people that get in early, the people that have a large following, those are the people that make money. Everybody else, whether you're starting on social media, maybe you just created an Instagram the other day and you're like, yeah, I joined this MLM, and you're starting to build and starting to grow your followers, you're in the 99%. The people that get in late on the company, that's why you see so many people that, oh my God, there's a new company, there's this new opportunity, it's a ground floor opportunity, and people join. And the ones that join early are the ones that are in that 1% that make the most money because they got in on the hype first. So they victimized all of these people because they got in early. Let me know what you think about that. So that's their income disclosure statement. I think it's vile. That's just my opinion. And now we're going to talk about their Better Business Bureau rating. I'm going to call it triple B rating from here on out because I'm not trying to say Better Business Bureau every 2 seconds or whatever. So they have been accredited since 2018. They do have an A+ rating, which I find really kind of fascinating considering they have 146 complaints in the last 3 years and 77 closed in the last 12 months. The majority of their claims, of the claims against them, I guess I should say, are from or are around like billing and collections. So specifically refunds. There was a lot of people on there that said, hey, I've never even heard of this company and I had this charge from them on my account. Explain how that happened. So that could be something with their fraud department. There were product complaints. So go and check that out. That's also linked in the video description so that you can get that straight from the Triple B website. So again, charges on people's accounts that they never ordered, they never heard of the company, refunds not given after the product was mailed back, fees charged after social marketers wanted their account canceled. These are just some of the complaints that were on there. Go ahead and check it out. They have a 3.03 out of 5-star customer rating and there's 77 reviews. So if you are if you're looking at joining any MLM, I highly suggest you look at Glassdoor. You can look at Indeed. You can look at the Better Business Bureau ratings for that company. I highly suggest you pull up their income disclosure statement. If they don't have an income disclosure statement, don't join the company. Don't join the company. Check out the FTC, search their website, look for things on the company. You guys, you have to do your research. And I'm saying this because when I joined my first MLM in 2007, they didn't have some of this stuff. I never thought for a second, like, oh, I should look at the other side of this. I should, do people actually make money? I legitimately was like, people don't make money selling this stuff. And I still joined because of the hype. So step away from the hype, step away from the pressure direct messages and look at both sides. Look at both sides, do the research for yourself and make sure that the research doesn't come from the company. I'm going to say that too. Make sure that the research and the data that you're looking at doesn't come directly from the company, except for the income disclosure statement. And if you need help deciphering it, hit me up. We'll figure it out together. Okay. If you're currently in an MLM and you need help getting out, feel free to message me. I can help you. I am working with another incredible human being. We're getting ready to work on, hopefully, this resource that helps people with how to make income, and replacing the income that they are making, even if it's $100. Sometimes that $100 means a ton. Like that means a ton to a lot of people. So I know that if you are somebody that is making any kind of income in the MLM, there are people that feel stuck. And so I want to help those people that feel stuck replace that income to be able to leave the MLM and that business model and the yuckiness and the cult and all of those things, and the damage, so that they can heal and replace that income in a healthy way where their upline isn't preying on their time, energy, and effort. So if you need help with that, let me know. I'm excited to put something like that together because I think it's a resource that needs to happen. So there you have it. And again, friends don't let friends join MLMs, in my opinion. If you loved this video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed, turn the little bell on so that you don't miss anything. Let me know what your thoughts were on this video, any questions that you have. Make sure that you follow me on social media. I'll put my handle and everything. There's a link to all of the things in the video description. I have merch. I have human design readings that I can help you with so that you understand energetically how you are meant to operate in this beautiful world. And by the way, part 2 of this video is going to include the lawsuit and the termination that I experienced in Modere. So stay tuned for that. Look for that later on this week. Thank you for watching. My name is erinbies, and I will see you on the next video.